Riott here, and this is Killer Kyle, and it is that time again for Backlash 2018. This is actually the first Backlash in years that I guess we get the same brands on the same show.
Co-branded Backlash. Usually, well, it seems like when the WWE first initially had the brand split, it was SmackDown would have Backlash, Raw would have Clash of Champions, and then SmackDown would have maybe the Elimination Chamber, and Raw would have Fastlane. And then it mainly seemed like your big four was when both Raw and SmackDown would work together on the same show. But I guess whether it be for inspirational purposes or whatever, WWE decided to make all of their pay-per-views from here on out what they call co-branded, so have Raw and SmackDown on the same card. We're starting with Backlash.
And, there's a good thing and a bad thing. So, well, not necessarily a bad thing. You have each brand do 2 pay-per-views a month.
Right.
So it'll be like, Raw and then you go SmackDown.
Yes.
This way you'd have 1 pay-per-view every month. It makes sense because you'd rather have that than too many pay-per-views. I know that it takes away from your big four having both brands do it together, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool.
One thing that I noticed that about recently was there used to be a point where you had Royal Rumble, and in February you had probably Elimination Chamber or whichever.
Yeah.
And then there was basically from the end of February to the end of March or beginning of April as your WrestleMania block, so to speak, to really hype up WrestleMania and build up for WrestleMania and really anticipate WrestleMania and look forward to WrestleMania.
Right.
This year with Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber and then Fastlane and then WrestleMania, there was a good build up to WrestleMania. It just seemed to be, it happened quicker, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't that gap of just Raw, just SmackDown, building up each brand's individual matches.
Yeah.
I mean, that may not necessarily be a bad thing. You go from one pay-per-view to the next, bang, 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 all like that. I kind of enjoyed the lengthy gap between your February pay-per-view and if WrestleMania was in April, which seems like they've been doing lately.
Yeah.
You get that period of time to really build up and attract people to want to see WrestleMania and the card itself.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing too, is the main reason why WrestleMania falls in April as opposed to March. And I mean, we've had WrestleManias in April before, but
yeah,
it just seems to be a lot more frequently instead of having it in March, which is no big deal.
No.
But, there's that whole thing of, okay, let's have a rest period. Instead of doing 2 pay-per-views, we'll just do 1 because that'll save time, I guess. But in saying that, we got Backlash And for some reason, the same matches that were on the Greatest Royal Rumble are on this year's Backlash.
A few of them.
Yeah, a few of them, yeah. I just think that... First, yeah, what did you think of? Like, I mean, I guess I didn't talk about it because I didn't really... It was a good show. I didn't hate it as much as a few people, but...
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. It was a good show. I mean, you started off the night with Triple H and Cena, which I think was a really good call. I mean, they said that both of them put in their 99 cents worth, so to speak, about wanting to start the show.
Yeah.
And that was good. And I mean, considering the fact that they hadn't been in a ring together as opponents in like 8 years.
Yeah.
And I found there was a few flaws and a little bit of a lull with the match.
Yeah.
But I mean, still a damn good match.
Well, the fact of the matter is, the right people went over, except, I think it was the way that a few of them went over. Having the whole thing where Lesnar and Reigns go through the cage.
Yeah. They said that Brock hit the floor first instead of Roman. The double was Nakamura and AJ, the double counter.
Okay. Well, regardless, you know, we'll see what happens on Sunday.
I will say, though, Titus O'Neil got moment of the night, boy, I tell ya.
People won't stop talking about that.
Who knew a dude 6'6", 270 pounds could damn near completely disappear under the ring in the blink of an eye?
That's his gimmick now. I swear.
Oh, I know.
Christ.
And, you know, he's a big dude, and he was going at a fairly good pace. And I mean, okay, yeah, he tripped, he fell, whatever. But just the fact that he basically did the old baseball slide into home plate under the friggin' apron of the ring was like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing about it, too, is as the Royal Rumble match itself was going on, he was like number 39, I think. So his music's playing. You see him, you know, make his way out, come jogging down the runway, and they go to a wide angle of the ring just to, you know, keep an eye on the wrestling itself, plus in case there was an elimination, you could see it. And then you hear Corey Graves and Michael Cole busting up laughing, and you're going, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And then they show the apron, and all you see is a foot, and it's like, no, he didn't. And then you see him come out from underneath the ring, it's like, oh fuck, yes he did. And then they show the replay, it's like, oh sweet Jesus, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Well, anyways. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a terrible show, but I think for what it was. And, of course, the return of Sean Devari.
Yeah, Sean Devari and Hornswoggle.
And Horn, yes. And, of course, Rey Mysterio.
Well, yes.
Sean Devari looks pretty fucking cool. Like, he's stacked. I wonder where he's wrestling now.
Yeah, really.
Because there's no way you can live your life like that. Like, and not wrestle.
Oh, yeah.
At least body build. But
I mean, there are people out there that do work out on a regular basis, maybe 5-6 days a week, 4 or 5 hours a day, and live a normal life. So, I mean, you never really know. But I'm sure he's probably been doing the indie scene or something.
yeah, no doubt. But it was a good show, and hopefully Backlash is going to be better.
Maybe talk a little bit about with everything that's went on pre-Backlash. You got the night after WrestleMania, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, you got the Iconics, you got Sanity, you got Andrade Cien Almas, you got Ember Moon, and Tonoe Jose, and oh, there's one more I'm missing, I know that. McIntyre as well.
Yeah.
Come up from NXT, and then of course you got the Superstar Shakeup go on, and it's like things are gonna be interesting.
Oh, for sure. I can't wait to see what happens in the future.
No doubt.
But we head on to the pre-show. We've got this match. Ruby Riott versus Bayley. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I look at Bayley in her wrestling career, and she's one of those huggy, friendly, nice people that, you know, is the real good guy. She's been compared to, like, a female John Cena. But the fact of the matter is, the matches that she should have won, it seems like she lost due to her own fault. You know, she could have won in Extreme Rules when she went against Alexa Bliss. She didn't do that because she looked to the audience for support. It seems like she's doing a lot better now, but yeah. And then you got Ruby Riott, who, you know, you talk about Bayley being the John Cena of the female wrestling world, or WWE world. You get Ruby Riott, who is the equivalent to like a CM Punk almost.
Sort of, yeah.
But this should be an interesting match. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this match is one of those scenarios where it's like, who do we put on a kickoff show that would be interesting to have a match together? And you've got Bayley, who's sort of become a heel, but at the same time she's still sticking to her hug life mantra, if you will. And then Ruby Riott, of course, with the Riott Squad, and we all know what she's been like and what she's done so far with being on SmackDown and then them going over to Raw. I think this should be an interesting match.
With Bayley, I don't know if she'll ever be a complete heel. It'd be interesting, you know. But they never really turned John Cena heel. The fans decided that for him.
Basically.
So with Bayley, I mean, the thing with her though is she's likable for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just she needs to be a firecracker lit under her ass so she can win more. And we already know that she's been women's champion.
Right.
Once. So, I mean, NXT women's champion, so I think that it's possible for her to, you know, kick a lot of ass, I guess.
Yeah.
And possibly win. You look at Ruby Riott, there was a match, I believe, when I went up to her apartment on Tuesday, I think I saw.
Actually, I think it was Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Asuka against the Riott Squad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, what a wrestling match. I mean, like, it just goes to show you that women are more than just hair pulling and tripping and all this other stuff. They can actually put on wrestling moves.
Oh, yeah.
And all that other stuff. It's just pretty cool to see that.
Yeah,
nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm going to say Ruby Riott for this one. I know that's obvious.
I mean, as much as Bayley is really good in the ring, have her against somebody like Ruby Riott, if she can pull off a win, it'll be pretty impressive. But take into consideration the fact that no doubt that Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan are going to be with Ruby Riott.
I mean, that's always the case.
I don't really think there's anybody gonna accompany Bailey to the ring or help out Bailey if she gets into trouble, because it'd be fuck. Her and Sasha Banks are.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I hate about stables. I mean, as much as I love a lot of factions, it's like you can't have a wrestling match and not have interference. That's just it. You have Roderick Strong versus Pete Dunne, but who ended up, interfering. You have Adam Cole and Red Dragon.
Well, one half of Red Dragon.
And apparently Bobby Fish is still injured, so...
Yeah, he's no longer on crutches. He's basically got like a walking knee brace boot type thing on.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he'll be ready to go, I don't know, maybe a few weeks or so.
It's a goddamn shame, too, because that was a good match.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we got two dudes that really know how to lay them in, so to speak. One is, of course, European strong style. The other is just straightforward smash mouth.
Yeah.
In your face aggressive. Going at each other, and when it seemed like Pete Dunne was going to get the better upper hand and get a win, potentially, here comes Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, and then, of course, you got Oney Larkin and Danny Burch getting involved as well.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure next week we could end up seeing 3 on 3.
Yeah.
But
I think, though, with this match, more than likely it's going to be Ruby Riott.
yeah, I think so, too. I mean, I want to have faith in Bailey, but it's just not working out right now. But we get to the Backlash pay-per-view. We have Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And, yeah.
I'll tell you, man, this past Tuesday on SmackDown, holy hell, were they ever over.
Oh, yeah.
And not to mention the fact, of course, they did say a little blurb or whatever it was in French. Of course, you're in Montreal, why the hell not, but...
Oh, I have to see that.
Nevertheless, oh yeah.
Shit, I missed that.
Yeah.
Which is hard, I can't believe that. But, whatever. Yeah, and I wish, we won't get into it, but I wish Bobby would have made his debut at WrestleMania, but it is what it is. I think these two can really do some damage.
You know, one thing I really found funny was, I know probably for a fact you've seen it, I've seen it, 2 weeks in a row, you got Bobby Lashley wrestling Brian Cage.
Right.
He loses twice, both matches, okay, that's neither here nor there, whatever, and then all of a sudden, hey, we got Bobby Lashley on Raw.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they chose him now. They could have just had him wrestle it out with Brian Cage.
Yeah.
Have that feud, and then have Bobby Lashley go to Raw, but they wanted him now. It's just kind of a spare moment
Pardon
thing.
me. It kind of seemed like Bobby Lashley losing to Brian Cage was like, okay, there's a new dominant strong guy in the company.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk away and survey my options, and he ends up on WWE again. Now, it's hard because you don't really know the lapsed time between when Bobby left Impact Wrestling and signed with WWE. It was just ended here, start here, we're off and running.
Yeah.
Now I will say though, Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley are a pretty good tag team. I mean, you got, 385 pounds and 265 pounds, 270 pounds. Both big dudes, strong dudes.
Yeah.
And, not afraid to beat you up. So,
No,
I mean,
and I think that they could possibly do something with those two. The rumor, and then we probably mentioned it before, is a possible Lashley and Lesnar feud. And
it could happen at some point.
It can happen, but the problem is, well, they put the Universal title on Lashley. It's kind of an up in an air, and it's just, I don't know. I love to see that. I like to have people being proven wrong, because there's a certain amount of people that don't have faith in minorities winning the major title. But I like to see this happen. I mean, he was already the 2006 ECW champion.
Yes.
And so, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But for now, Lashley and Strowman seem like a good pair.
If they keep Strowman and Lashley together, do you think there could be potential for them to maybe end up Raw Tag Champs?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think that would be pretty fucking awesome in my books.
Yeah.
They are that dominant.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so, yeah, for sure, I would love to see this. I'm looking at it here, and there's no Universal Championship match.
No.
And that really pisses me off, and we'll get to that later.
Who do you think will win?
Oh, yeah.
Strowman and Lashley or Owens and Zayn?
Well, unless the Frenchmen take a cheap way out and they could win. But I have money on Strowman and Lesnar.
Yeah. I mean, as good as Owens and Zayn are as a team, and as obnoxious and annoying and really embracing the heel way of doing things, Lashley and Strowman are just two badass mofos, and they're more than likely gonna absolutely destroy Owens and Zayn.
Yeah, for sure. So, I guess we're in agreement there. But,
Well, we both agreed on Ruby Riott as well. So far we're 2 for 2.
Well, we're getting an odd pairing an odd match, nonetheless. You got Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
Talk about coming out of fucking nowhere.
So we all knew that Cass was gonna come back eventually.
Yeah.
Didn't really predict that Bryan was going to get better enough to wrestle, which...
Yeah, it seemed like when he retired, it's like, okay, he's completely done. It's over with. He's no longer going to wrestle. WWE's going to keep him around. They got him as the general manager of SmackDown. They had him do commentary for the Cruiserweight Classic. Everything is going on along all fine and dandy. And then they break the news that he's been cleared to wrestle, and it's like, alrighty then.
That was kind of...
Talk about a twist.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, it's like I said before, I'm sure Edge is pissed off to hear that. Like, I would be. I mean, hell, this guy got cleared within a year and a half, and I'm sitting on my ass at the house going, why wasn't I cleared?
Well, I do believe your brain is considerably different than your neck.
No, that's true.
With the year and a half, 2 years, well, I guess technically 3 years, he was away from in-ring competition. It kind of gave his brain a chance to settle and, not get bounced around and rattled in his head. And slowly over time, eventually get well enough to the point where it was like, hey, whatever the problem was, it's now reduced or completely gone away, and hell, he can wrestle again with Edge. It was basically to a point where if he continued to wrestle, it could take either one wrong move or a spear done the wrong way, and he'd end up like you or me, permanently in a fucking wheelchair.
Oh, that's true.
And more than likely paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah, so
So,
a dry situation.
now, I mean, could the problem have been fixed and would have still been able to wrestle? Possibly, but things ended up being the way they went, and, like, Edge has done fairly well outside of WWE. I mean, he's done a few TV shows.
Yeah, he's regular on Vikings now.
Yeah.
Which I haven't watched because my prefer is... Well, anyway. So... yeah. But even though he's cleared to wrestle, I still have my reservations with Bryan, especially going up against somebody like Cass.
Yeah. The whole thing with Bryan and Big Cass, it's like they're really giving Cass a chance to further his heel run.
Right.
Because it was him and Enzo where they had split and they were trying to build up a rivalry between the two of them. Cass gets injured. Enzo goes off to 205 Live. He's off and running there, and then there's the whole shit hitting the fan with him.
Yeah.
And then Big Cass comes back and is like, okay, who could we put him with?
Yeah.
Hell, why not Daniel Bryan? Now, I understand concern about Daniel facing Cass. The flip side of that coin, Daniel's faced pretty big men before.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing, too. I'm excited to see this match.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking forward to wrestlers that never faced each other before.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And the fact of the matter is just to see Bryan have a great match.
What could Bryan do against Cass?
Yeah, so I'm happy to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just, anything can go wrong in the wrestling business, unfortunately.
Oh, no doubt.
So, I will say Big Cass, though.
Yeah.
Unless Bryan can pull off a miracle, then who knows?
Which wouldn't be the first time, but, I'm sure Daniel will do excellent in this match against Big Cass. Can Bryan overcome Big Cass and win? More than likely. Will it be a physical matchup? Yeah, damn right it will be. Will Cass dominate Bryan and have it be pretty much one-sided? Potentially. Considering the fact that this feud is just getting started, I'm gonna give it to Big Cass, and let's see what they can do with this rivalry and maybe take it somewhere good. Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Take it somewhere that gives it meaning.
Yeah, I don't want it to just be
A one and done type thing.
well that too, but also Cass going, "Oh, he's short. I want to kick his ass."
Yeah, I know.
That's just
He reminds me of myself when I was younger and small and weak, and people pecked on me, and then I got older, I got bigger, I got taller, and I whooped all their asses. Like, Cass, shut the fuck up. And Russell.
yeah. But
I mean, his mic skills are good, but he needs to work on his heel banter.
yeah, it's a little rusty.
Yeah.
But yeah, Big Cass.
Well, like 8 months out.
Yeah,
I'll do it, probably.
Big Cass for the win. So we go on to SmackDown. Well, recently SmackDown's new wrestler, I guess, Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Samoan versus Samoan, I guess. And
Yeah. Well, a real true Samoan against a guy that claims to be Samoan.
who's that?
Joe.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he is. I have to look it up. I know that the other Joe, or Roman Reigns, he's half Samoan.
Yeah.
So, but no. Anyways, yeah. I know Samoa Joe coming out after WrestleMania and confronting Roman Reigns and really speaking the truth. Like,
Oh, yeah.
wow, and that's why people like him. It's because he doesn't.
He's not a bullshitter.
Exactly. He tells it like it is. Roman Reigns, to me, is like the new Shawn Michaels, where he loses at a WrestleMania, comes out, and he's making excuses on why he didn't win. Well, you know what? You didn't win because you... Well, who knows? The fact of the matter is, Joe came out, he's like, I can kick your ass, just like Brock Lesnar, and blah, blah, blah. So, this match is coming up. It just seems like every week they have a confrontation. It's the same thing that's being spoken. So,
Yeah. Oh, Brock Lesnar's not here. Na 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 na. Oh, I knew Brock Lesnar would beat you, and I'm gonna beat you next, and all this other stuff.
but once again, Samoa Joe, another future WWE champion. It's due time. But I don't know. I really like to see Samoa Joe kick Roman's ass. Let's see if he can get the complete clutch on Roman Reigns and tap him out
Yeah.
or knock him out.
Yeah. The number of times Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe have wrestled each other over the period of time that Samoa Joe was on Raw before he got injured. Do you not think it's Roman's time by now? I mean, yeah, Joe's a badass and everything, but you can only get beat by somebody so many goddamn times before you get one over on them.
Well, you could say the same thing about him and Lesnar.
True.
Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar had a match at WrestleMania 31. And to make up for the fucking finish, they had to wrestle at this year's WrestleMania. And what the fuck did that prove? Thank you. So, we have... like I said, I want to see Samoa Joe win, but if Roman Reigns wins, I guess it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, you had Brock Lesnar beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania this year, and
I guess I didn't mention the greatest Royal Rumble steel cage. And that could have went to Roman Reigns.
oh, it very well
But
could have. And a lot of people probably think it should have.
it should have.
But
You got a guy like Brock Lesnar, and I might as well just get this out of the way now. You got a guy like Brock Lesnar, who's been a Universal Champion since WrestleMania 33. he don't show up a lot. And when he does, it always seems to be in his favor. You had SummerSlam, who got his ass handed to him and still came out unscathed as the fucking champion. You get Survivor Series. I can't remember who he faced at Survivor Series.
Is it Randy?
It might have been. But anyways, he still won. You know? You get this year's WrestleMania. The fucking guy beat Roman Reigns. The match that we were supposed to have. And so we get the greatest battle fucking royal, whatever you want to call it, and Roman Reigns comes out on top. So now we gotta find out who is gonna beat the fuck out of Brock Lesnar and get the Universal title. Because this guy doesn't show up. I mean, okay, The Rock didn't show up that much, but The Rock wasn't the champion at that time. You want to make your champions relevant, you keep them on a fucking show. And he's not on the fucking show. So, we're gonna have a match along the lines. Who knows when it's gonna be? Who knows if they're gonna push it all the way to SummerSlam? Somebody's gotta beat Brock Lesnar eventually. And that's why I want to see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Because it seems like they don't want to push Braun Strowman. The guy's had his chance, but they just don't see it. They must, because the guy that's not on your fucking TV all the time is Brock Lesnar, and he's not there ever. The only person that'll come out and talk for him is Paul Heyman. Even CM Punk had the balls to be on your screen, and you got him fired. Brock Lesnar, as good as he is, needs to get the title off of him, because he keeps pulling the same shit. And I'm getting real sick and tired of not seeing the champion on TV. I don't give a shit anymore if less is more. Less is more, okay, fine. Your champion is the one representing your company. And if he's not on TV, well then you guys gotta find a new champion. I am sick and tired of 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years of this shit.
On the one hand, you're touting how dominant Brock Lesnar is. On the other hand, you're talking about wanting to see Brock lose the title.
I know, it's very, up in here.
Also, would you not think that because the title's not seen on a regular basis, the champion's not seen on a regular basis, that when he is seen and the title is up for grabs in a match, it'd make people go, alright, we got Brock, we got the Universal title, we've got him against Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, yada yada yada. It's gonna be good.
Even when Goldberg was the WCW champion, and this is coming from a guy that didn't watch WCW, so I'm only going by what I've seen, so maybe that's not even fair. But what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure that he was on TV every Nitro and Thunder.
More Nitro than Thunder, but I mean, yeah, he was there quite regularly, but I mean, he was the champion, granted, but he also had that, what I would call a lopsided streak going.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with Asuka, that's kind of a different story, but nevertheless.
Anyways. But, yeah, I'm gonna... For me, this match is up in the air. I want to see Samoa Joe win, but if Roman happens to win, then okay, alright.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, have Roman Reigns consistently lose to Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe, something's got to give there, for God's sake. Now, with Joe now going to SmackDown, that pretty much eliminates all options. Well, maybe not eliminates all options, but greatly reduces the probability of potentially having Joe against Lesnar for the title. There's now, of course, the chance for Samoa Joe to go for the WWE Championship.
Well, that's also in the works as well, actually.
Nevertheless,
But, yeah. I mean, this is the last thing I'll say, too. Don't call yourself the big dog, and this is my yard now, when you get your ass beat by Brock Lesnar 3 times in a row. So, that's all I'll say to that. But,
and the whole thing too with 31 was, okay, yeah, you had Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns, and it was a fairly good match. Now, it had started out being like the way 34 was, Brock Lesnar dominating pretty much Roman, and then you had Roman make a comeback, and there was a big potential for Roman to beat Lesnar until Seth Rollins got involved. This time, at least, when you had Roman against Brock, there was still that aspect of, oh man, Roman's coming back, can he do it? Can he beat Brock Lesnar? And then it ended up being the way it was, but at least it was legitimate finish for Lesnar. Not a, oh, I'm beating up Roman Reigns, oh, he's coming back, oh my god, I gotta do something to get on the offensive again, and then have somebody else come out, get involved, and take the title.
yeah, I know. I mean, that was still a brilliant move by Seth Rollins.
Oh, no doubt.
But, yeah, no one saw that coming, including me. We get to Women's Championship. We've got Carmella versus Charlotte Flair.
Ooh,
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see, you know. I mean, Carmella is one of those screeching women, and it's like not even Sherry good.
No,
It's
no.
more or less.
Not even Melina good.
Not even Melina good. It's like somebody, like I said, someone stepped on a chihuahua. But you look at Charlotte and you go, okay, that could be interesting. I mean, she does deserve a rematch. I think that it was pretty cool to see Carmella cash in.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. This match, I really don't know. I mean, as much as I like both of, well, I like Charlotte. I guess Carmella's a really good heel. I like to see Carmella carry the title at least till the next pay-per-view, if not SummerSlam. But
Yeah.
because to keep the title for a short time would not be a good idea.
Yeah.
So for me, I would like to see Carmella win on Sunday somehow,
Yeah.
and then see where it goes.
I mean, as great of a wrestler Charlotte is, and as amazing as a champion she has been, the several different ones she's held.
Yeah,
With Carmella gaining the championship, and it kind of being like a nod in her favor, like, okay, you put in the hard work, you made the effort, you've proven yourself as a good wrestler, and we really like you, so we're going to give you the title. Let's see what you can do with it. And just the overall fact that I think a one-on-one match with Carmella and Charlotte will really test Carmella to see really what she's made of.
Yeah.
But to have Charlotte take the title from Carmella now, you could do that. I just think it'd be beneficial to have Carmella keep the title and just see, what she can do with the insert name here.
Well, the thing, and I'll say this because I've heard it from someone else. Because I look at it this way. WrestleMania, you had Asuka lose her first match.
Right.
And to me, it still kind of pisses me off because Charlotte didn't need the win.
No.
She's proven herself. So, you could have given a title to Asuka.
Yeah.
But then Asuka would have come out on SmackDown and got her ass kicked by the Riott Squad. Therefore, Carmella coming in. So, you could have had Carmella versus Asuka, but it is what it is. I just think that why would you have Charlotte win at WrestleMania just so she could lose it to Carmella?
Yeah.
Because now, you're not pushing Asuka anymore. You're gonna push... Well, let's say Charlotte doesn't win, then you're still gonna push Carmella, which is the right move. It's just... I guess there's a lot of anger I still have. The fact that now Asuka's just another women's wrestler. But in any case, you have someone like Carmella who can really take the title somewhere. And we've already seen what Charlotte can do. Let's see what else Carmella can do.
Yeah.
So, in any case, I'm going to say Carmella.
I mean, the potential for Charlotte to win is there. I just think, give it a little longer. Give Carmella a chance to have a good run with the title and either take it a month from now, 2 months from now, or whatever. But for right now, just leave it with Carmella.
Yeah. So, we go from the SmackDown Women's Championship to the Raw Women's Championship. And we have a rematch from WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. And, like I said, with this last match we talked about, I really hope that they keep the belt on Nia Jax. Nia needs this, she needs a longer push with the belt.
Yeah.
If you have her win at WrestleMania, just so she loses it at Backlash, then she might as well quit. Because, it's like giving her the Roddy Piper treatment, Yeah, well, it's true, because there it is. Nia Jax can't be that kind of wrestler. She's dominant. She's proven it in the ring. So she needs to go over on Sunday. As much as I like Alexa Bliss, and I know she's got Mickey James in her corner, the fact of the matter is, Nia Jax is more believable right now as the women's champion than Alexa Bliss.
With what they've got going on right now with Alexa Bliss saying, oh, Nia Jax is a bully. She was my best friend. She's not the person you think she is. And she did this, and she did that, and all this other stuff. It's like, here goes probably a shitstorm.
Yeah, I know.
Alexa Bliss, I think, is probably one of the best heels going today.
Yeah, and she is funny, for that matter.
Oh, yeah, like she's taken her heel aspect that she was doing and put a twist on it and made it more entertaining.
I'll keep saying this, that whole angle with Bayley and her boyfriend, She turned chicken shit and she tried to make chicken salad.
Yeah.
So, there it is. And I think, yeah, she's a great hero. The fact is, you look at Nia Jax and she's got the stature and she is a believable ass kicker. And the fact is, and I hate to say it myself, but Alexa Bliss is like 5 feet of fury that people make fun of, and it's like you really want to take her seriously, but at the same time, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can't really have Mickey James fight her battles and cheat for her, but at the same time, she is a heel, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what happens on Sunday, and I'm hoping that it wasn't a fluke.
Yeah. As much as we've been putting Alexa Bliss over,
Yeah.
it just wouldn't be right to take the title from Nia Jax.
No.
Like, okay, she hasn't defended the championship that much, but if you have her beat Alexa Bliss, then that could give a chance for Nia to defend the title against, you know, a Natalia or a Sonya Deville maybe, or somebody else in the Raw Women's Division.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna head to
The U.S. title for Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton.
yeah, Jeff Hardy is the new U.S. champion, so that now makes him the Grand Slam champion, which they're doing with a lot of them nowadays. But
Lately, yeah.
so, I mean, this is interesting because it's like they're showing off from one another.
Yeah.
And so we got Jeff Hardy. He came back. He's now a singles wrestler again, with Matt Hardy going over to Monday Night Raw. So
Yeah.
it's like Jeff is on SmackDown again. Let's see how good he is as the U.S. champion.
Right.
You really want to put the belt on Orton again? He's already been the U.S. champion.
Yeah.
Let's see how well Edge is. He's got more charisma. Well, the charismatic enigma. You know, he's still a high flyer. He's the daredevil. Whatever you want, you know.
Yeah.
He's that guy. You get Randy Orton, who's more or less boring, I guess. But the fact of the matter is, I like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that I never liked Randy Orton, he still kicks ass too. And so I can't wait to see how far this goes. But I will say that my money's going to be on Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, with Jeff having won the U.S. title 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, Randy's an amazing in-ring competitor. He's been doing this now for probably 16, 17 years now, almost 20. And he's one of the top tier guys in the business. And, I mean, having him as United States champion wouldn't be a bad thing. Just have Jeff run with the title a little longer and have him be a defending champion and see how far he goes with it.
Yeah, I like to see that myself. I mean, Jeff Hardy, like I said, can really go. And I want to see how far this guy can take it. You know, and who knows who can be his next opponent.
Yeah.
But for right now, I think that it's wise to keep the title on Jeff Hardy. Because, really, if you put the belt back on Randy Orton, who else is going to face him? Like,
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy has so many wrestlers he hasn't faced yet, so
Right.
keep the title on him, and
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
And talk fairly intuitively about Daniel Bryan and Big Cass first time in the ring against each other. I'm not sure, but I think this might be the first time for Hardy and Orton to be in the ring against each other.
Well, I think they wrestled in 2009.
Maybe, yeah.
They must have had a match on SmackDown from what
Yeah.
I've heard. So, this would be their second match in years. Almost 10 years.
Yeah.
But, nonetheless, yeah, I'm gonna say Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
I think it'll be pretty cool to see what can happen in this match. But, what do you think?
But it's like I said, as much as Randy Orton's a good in-ring competitor, he's been doing this for a lot of years. Anytime he's been a champion, he's really upped the level of not only himself, but the championship itself. I just don't think taking the title from Jeff right now would help Randy.
Right. So, okay, that's pretty good. So you're saying Jeff then?
Yes.
Okay. So, we go from the US title to the Intercontinental title.
We go from one mid-card title to the next.
Yeah, I should have said that. Seth Rollins versus The Miz. And I'm just gonna make it short and sweet. Seth Rollins.
I thought about this for quite a little bit. I'm going to echo that sentiment, but I'm going to add something else to it. I'm taking Seth Rollins as well, only because, well, you guys all know how Matt and I feel about The Miz.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm taking Seth Rollins in this match because I don't see any potential or any point to having both the IC title and the US title on SmackDown Live at the same time.
No.
Having the US title on one show and the Intercontinental title on another show is what's best.
Yeah, and I thought about this because the brand split and all this other stuff. You've got Seth Rollins, who I thought should have went over to SmackDown, but once again, he's got that shirt, Monday Night Rollins,
Yeah.
so that probably would have gone over well. Unfortunately. Yeah,
SmackDown Live Rollins?
probably.
Yeah.
But,
Rollins laying the SmackDown? I don't know.
yeah,
Oh, no, wait, that Rock's thing, never mind.
burn it SmackDown. You got Seth Rollins that just won at WrestleMania. He had a fairly good match at the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
So it's like, why not keep the title on him? Yeah, Miz has been one of the greatest Intercontinental champions, but to have him as the Intercontinental champion for 3 years in a row, off and on, to me, would be the biggest mistake. I mean, he's not Bruno Sammartino.
May you rest in peace.
So,
Not only that, would you not think that Miz winning the Intercontinental title for a 9th time would be a slap in the face to Jericho?
that's a possibility. I never thought about that.
Because, I mean, okay, you can have your various different opinions on Jericho, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, etc., etc. Without question, here goes probably another shitstorm, who knows. Jericho, I would say, is probably in the maybe top 10 best Intercontinental champions all time.
Yeah, I mean, true enough, but I just don't want to see it again.
Yeah.
It's like John Cena. How many times did you want to see him as the WWE champion?
Yeah.
But
You don't want to see Miz with the Intercontinental Championship again, and it wouldn't make sense to have the Intercontinental Championship and the U.S. Championship on SmackDown at the same time.
So, go on to the main event. We have
A no disqualification match for the WWE Championship between Shinsuke Nakamura and P1 AJ Styles.
So that's really what that is, P1.
Well, phenomenal one, yeah.
Oh,
P1.
okay. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. And you know, that's
Dirty boy.
I know. I have no idea why they spell things. Anyways, you look at WrestleMania. You look at the dream match that should have happened, and it kind of turned to shit. I mean, Nakamura turned heel, but he didn't get the WWE title. So,
You fast forward to the greatest Royal Rumble to have a rematch.
and he didn't get...
AJ goes for a spring, probably a phenomenal forearm on Nakamura. Nakamura ducks. AJ comes close to wiping out the referee. Another low blow from Nakamura, which turns into a big old brawl, and then a double count out on Nakamura and AJ. AJ's pretty much beating the tar out of Nakamura, which brings us to where we are right now.
Yeah. Which really irritates me too. As you talk about Roman Reigns not getting one of Brock Lesnar. You know, you got someone like Shinsuke Nakamura who won the Royal Rumble, who we all thought maybe not get the WWE title at WrestleMania. He doesn't get the title, he turns heel. They got this stupid angle where he keeps giving AJ a rectal exam, and now we're gonna have this match. We're gonna have them go for the third time. Why? Just so he can lose again?
Nakamura basically giving AJ Styles a free circumcision.
It's one of those things too. It's shit or get off the pot.
Yeah,
If
basically.
you're not gonna give Nakamura the title, then you might as well step aside.
Yeah.
But there is another rumor: Samoa Joe and AJ Styles for the title. So
I mean, it could happen.
that's a possibility.
Pretty good to see. I mean, we know and saw what the two of them did in their tenure with TNA.
Yeah, so it would be a shame for Nakamura not to win the title. But at the same time,
With the talk of having Joe against AJ, it could have AJ keep the title against Nakamura, and then have Nakamura maybe go off and do a feud with somebody else, and
yeah.
AJ go on to Samoa Joe. One thing that'll be interesting to see is, with this being a no disqualification match, and over the last last month, the strong style, if you will, being more prominent between the two of them, who knows what the hell is going to happen. I mean, they could beat the piss out of each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to see this match, even though I kind of figure what's going to happen. I just want to see how they can improve.
Yes.
You know, I know it's not going to be like the New Japan days, but at least let's have a better match than at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Or even WrestleMania 34.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a good show, and I can't wait to see it. What do you think?
I think it should be a good show. For the first co-branded pay-per-view of the year and into the future, it'll be interesting to see how far that goes, where that goes, and man, so much potential for all of these matches, and I do believe this may be one of the rare times, and probably few times, Matt and I have pretty much agreed on our picks for every match.
Miracles do happen, guys.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, praise of the Lord.
Aye.
So anyways, for me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle. And yeah, let's hope you
Good
show.
show.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Ooh, yeah.
Dig it! Freak out, freak out!